welcome to the Mumz Academy. My name is Holly and I'm here with May Ali, who is an international public speaker and MC on a mission to spread positivity. And you're also a mum of two.
That's right.
You're doing all of that. And we're here today to discuss crushing your fear and speaking with confidence. And the reason I'm here is because I'm not a great public speaker.
You really are. You did just a great introduction right now, so you're doing absolutely great.
So I guess let's jump right in. And why don't we start with how did you start on your journey for public speaking?
Well, it was an interesting story. Basically, we're talking about almost 18 years ago. Let's make it 16, just to be a little bit younger. And I was a receptionist at Dubai Media City, and one of my clients came over. And he's like, we have a kids show tonight and I'll be paying you this much. This much was literally 90% of my salary that I get in a month. So would you say no?
No.
I'm like, yes.
Where do you need me?
Yeah, like whatever, I'll do it. So that day with my professional clothes, I just went on stage and Holly, literally, it was like less than 10 mothers and their kids. And I remember till this moment how I held the mic and my legs were shivering like I was dancing. My hand was shivering like absolutely like I was going, flying or something. And it was the scariest, most fearful moment of my life. So I wasn't trained to be a presenter. I wasn't trained to be an MC. I just took the opportunity and I went on the stage thinking the money, it's my one month salary, in 1 hour, I'll do it. And this is how my journey started, and I felt that I loved it so much. And I kept on, let's say, like training myself, feeling more comfortable with the stage, practice, and this is how I started my journey with public speaking.
Amazing. So you said your legs were shivering, which mine are now. I've crossed them to try and keep me grounded, and I've got my hands in my lap to stay grounded, and I'm starting to sweat. So I guess some of the questions that we might want to ask is, how do you overcome those fears? Because I'm already curling up right now. So what are some of the tools that you would use to overcome that?
Okay, so one of the things that I can tell you that you're almost doing is always like open. It's the body posture that you are doing. So before any let's say a talk or a speech or even a gathering, presentation, because public speaking is not anymore only for the stage. We have many ways that we need to introduce ourselves, our stories, our ideas, that we need to have the right way of giving it. So the first thing I was telling you earlier is from the neuroscience that I've learned is that to calm down your brain, your heart rate, and the adrenaline in your body, you have to breathe twice from your nose and once from your mouth.
We were practicing
this is very, very important before an interview or any meeting. So what you have to do is, and you do it a couple of times, and then the brain gets signals and the heart, etc. It's a long story, I'm not gonna go into that. It calms down the nervous system. But you cannot just do it once and that's it. You have to do it continuously and it will calm down. Second of all, it's not like you don't do it often, right? So this is maybe your first or second or whatever, third time that you're doing this. The more you do it, the more your body and your brain and everything in you get used to it. So what you learn is not to control or not to have like no fear at all, but instead you will learn how to control it in a way. So I do have anxiety sometimes when I go on stage, especially when I had events with thousands of people. When I had training for executives, I am already scared. I am nervous, I'm fearful. But people don't see it because over years of practice, it's gone and my brain got used to it. So the more you practice, the more you do it, it will be less fearful. This is very important. Another thing I would like to tell you, Holly, when you think of it in a way that I am here to serve the community. I am here with a message, which honestly, Holly, you do. Like I've seen your background. You have so much to give, mashallah, with 4 kids, with your experience, with creating lots of amazing communities. You have value to offer. So when you have value to offer, think about it that way. Think that, I have a message. I have an idea. I would love to transform lives. So what you do here, you stop focusing on your inner self and you focus on your message.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So let's just recap on that one. So we have our breathing techniques. We have our posture and how we kind of present ourselves. We have, what was the second one? The third one, sorry?
We spoke about like the more we practice it, the more we
practice,
the more we learn.
See how I need practice.
Yeah. It's just a matter. Honestly, it's practice. It's like anything that you do for the first time. It's very scary, and if you don't do it, it will stay very scary.
Yes.
The more you do it, you learn. Okay, you know what? This is scary, but I'm able to do it, so it will happen.
And then we talked about how we start focusing on our inner selves and start projecting our message.
Exactly.
To serve people.
So the more you project your message, the more you realize that I'm here on a purpose, I'm here to provide an idea, I am here to serve others. You kind of forget about like what you're fearful from and you focus on the message itself.
Okay, so obviously the last 12 months have been unusual. We've moved into a pandemic, everything has gone online and gone virtual. And that's very different from public speaking on a stage to public speaking where everybody can check in and watch you and it's saved on the internet. What are some of the differences in the techniques that you use or the feelings that you feel when you're online versus on a stage in front of people? Which one do you prefer?
I prefer the stage.
Okay.
Because it's the experience that I've had all these years, right? So I definitely prefer the stage, and there's a huge difference, yet there's a lot of techniques that are similar. So you want to know mainly what's difference and the techniques of difference between the public speaking on stage and public speaking online.
And some of the difficulties, I guess. I know we touched before on the energy that you feel
yes,
on a stage
versus
obviously virtually you're looking at a screen.
Yes, there's a huge difference. So basically, stage has its own fearful moments when you have audience right there and you feel like they're all looking at you and you have to deliver the message. So the energy is bigger and it has different elements all in all. It's very different. The nice thing about the stage, the adrenaline rush is there. You are on a stage, people are like more of like they're looking up towards you. So you have this, it gives you more of confidence that you are here to deliver a message. Usually in the beginning when you go on the stage, people clap. So it's a nice feeling to start with. It gives you this very healthy, like positive vibe. So there's so much that you interact with. And definitely there's techniques of how to handle the fear on the stage. But I'm gonna focus a little bit now on the virtual side. In the pandemic, when there were no more events like public speaking on the stage, it was really hard for me. It was very hard to start my first virtual live event online because usually I sense the energy from the audience. I talk to them, I receive back messages, it's live, it gives me the right energy. But with virtual, when you have this technique, you have to think of it like, I am talking to one person. So I am talking to you. Yes, you're talking maybe to 1,000 individuals, but you are focused on one camera and talking to one person. Another thing is on stage, you do lots of poses. For example, you go like, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is, you know what I mean? So you go with exaggeration a little bit, just for them to attract the attention. With the live sessions, you're talking to one person, so you just need to be normal, you know? Yeah. You need to be a little bit like less with the energy, but don't lose the energy. You have to keep it, like drink some coffee.
It's like a balancing act.
Sorry?
It's like a balancing act.
Exactly. You need to balance it because if you're too excited, what happens is that people lose interest. It's like, why is she so excited? Like, I'm one person just talking to me. Why is she all over the place? And if you're too low with the energy, you will lose their interest. So what you work on with the virtual is the tonality. You don't speak so loud or so low, but you keep engaged. So I'm telling you now, like, you know, Holly, I really think that we need to do this and that. Or, you know, Holly, I think that we need to go. So it's the energy that you provide the audience that you're excited, you're interested, and always remember, and that adds all the value. I am here to give. I am here to provide. I am here not focusing on me, but I'm focusing on the message I want to provide and transform people's lives. This is the same thing between the stage and the online. With the online, the trick is, you know how you have the wrong lighting, you're in the wrong place, you have the wrong background. So all these will have a huge impact. Make sure your environment is done in the right way. And especially as moms, you know how kids knock the door and just not even knock the door, they just go inside and they interrupt it. Yeah. Please, moms, whenever you are online, make sure all this setup is done in the right way possible and be prepared. Tell your family members, tell your nanny, if in case you have help, that I am online now, so please do your best not to interrupt. Let me have the right setting. The microphone makes a difference. The lighting makes so all these techniques that you have to manage properly first to be able to be yourself and feel comfortable when you're looking virtually on the message. So what you do usually is practice with friends. Make sure that you have your best friend or very close friend that is watching you, and think that I'm talking to this person.
Okay.
So that will calm your brain down.
Your messages to them.
Yes.
And you focus on them.
And focus on one person. Yes, there's thousands of people or hundreds or whatever, but you are focusing on one person. The most important thing for me and for many public speakers, Holly, be authentic. The more you are genuine, authentic, and you are being yourself, people can sense your energy. This is the main thing. We try sometimes to be somebody else, and that doesn't work, because it shows that you are being a little bit fake or you're trying to be somebody else. Learn the techniques from everybody else, that's fine. But take the techniques and make it in your own way. Make it your own style. There's only one May, one Holly. We need to be ourselves and deliver our message being authentic and genuine.
In our own way.
In our own way.
In our own way. So can anybody be a public speaker?
Can anybody be a public speaker? Okay, so to answer your question, I thought about it many times. And I used to think like, yes, of course, everybody can do it. I eventually realized, no, it's not for everyone. But I'll tell you how. No, I'll tell you how. It's not for everyone in a different way, because if you always feel that I don't want to do it, it's not going to serve me, it's not adding any value to my life, I'm doing fine in my job, why do I have to get into that uncomfortable situation? You will never be. It will never work. And I don't know if I mentioned to you earlier in our conversation, in neuroscience, we know that after the age of 25, before the age of 25, and that's good for mothers, before the age of 25, your children, they are able to, they're like sponge. They can learn everything and anything. So the more they learn, the more they get skills, the better, because it's so easy before the age of 25. I'm only 25 now, but you know, yeah. But after the age of 25, the brain will learn only if you really put effort into it.
So can anybody learn to be confident public speaking? So public speaking might not be for them as a position, but can anybody learn to speak confidently in public?
This is, as I told you earlier, and I will say the same thing, not anybody can do it because if they don't want to. Yeah. I'm focusing on this because people have this dilemma and they say like, no, there's no way I can do it. And the more you say there's no way I can do it, there's no way you will do it. So anybody could be confident in public speaking or speaking in general if they decide I am willing to learn, I'm willing to overcome this, and I'll make it happen. And even when they are so scared, like even if you are scared to death, you know, make it happen. Make sure that you take the opportunity, just like my first time when I went on stage and that happened. I want from you something that is going to be just a little bit overwhelming, very little. I'm going to ask you
to push me out of that comfort zone we talked
about. Out of the comfort
comfort
zone, exactly. So I'm going to ask you to say a sentence. It's a very simple sentence, but you're going to say it in two ways.
Okay.
One way, you're going to say it while you truly, from the inside, you believe it, and you're going to say it out confidently.
Okay.
And another way, you're going to be saying it feeling like, you know, like, no, it doesn't work, okay? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Take the breath that I told you about.
Right, so we're going to get 2 breaths in, 1 breath out.
2 in, 1 out.
Through the nose and 1 out through the mouth.
Yeah.
So we're going to go.
You are on stage, you are at a TED Talk, and everybody is hearing you, and you're so excited to show your story, to tell your story.
I'm sweating.
Yes, this one. Use the adrenaline to your advantage. Go ahead and say it.
Hi, I'm Holly Benny, and I'm an amazing public speaker in the world.
Woo! I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.